Reading essays to knowledge, cultivation, and the world beyond. Alexander Pushkin's Eugene Onegin and the Captain's Daughter. All knowledge and cultivation can never remain the exclusive property of a select few. We all possess the potential to learn through life experiences, understand the world, and grow as individuals. In this process, reading stands as one of the most powerful and accessible tools. Books reveal worlds we have never seen, help us understand hearts of those we've never met, and offer opportunities to reflect on our lives and strive for better directions. Today, I would like to introduce you to two masterpieces by Alexander Pushkin, often called the father of Russian literature, Eugene Onegin and the Captain's Daughter, so that you may experience the joy and depth of reading. These two works are not merely tales of the past. Rather, they transcend time with deep insight into human nature and raise crucial questions about life's values, offering messages still relevant to us today. Knowledge and cultivation are not innate, rather, they naturally develop through the process of broadening our world through books and reflecting on ourselves. So, without hesitation, let us join me on a journey into Pushkin's world. 1. Alexander Pushkin. The deep roots of Russian literature. Alexander Sergeyevich Pushkin, 1799–1837, is not only regarded as the pioneer of the golden age of Russian literature but also as the person who elevated the Russian language into an artistic form. Without Pushkin, the works of later giants like Tolstoy and Dostoevsky might have taken a different shape. Living through tumultuous times, marked by the Napoleonic Wars and the Decembrist Uprising, Pushkin sought to capture the lives and spirits of the Russian people in the most beautiful and precise language. Pushkin was no ordinary storyteller. He traversed diverse genres, poetry, novels, and drama, maximizing the potential of the Russian language. He skillfully blended national sentiments with universal human emotions. Though written during the Romantic era, his works already contained the seeds of realism, profoundly influencing subsequent writers. Although his life was short and tragic, the legacy he left behind shines eternally in Russian and global literary history. 2. Eugene Onegin. A drama of hollow lives and misaligned fates. Eugene Onegin is a novel in verse that Pushkin completed over approximately 8 years. Combining the lyrical beauty of poetry with the narrative depth of prose, it brought unprecedented innovation to Russian literature. Written in a rhythmically rich and poetic language, the story resonates with deep empathy even today. 2.1. Plot and key characters. The story begins in St. Petersburg with the young aristocrat Eugene Onegin. Wealthy and charming, he is trapped by a profound ennui and nihilism. The pleasures of society and the glamour of social life no longer hold any meaning for him. Inheriting his uncle's estate, he descends to a rural village, where he meets Vladimir Lenski, a young romantic poet, and Lenski's pure-hearted lover, Olga. Lenski introduces Onegin to the Larin sisters. Tatiana, the older sister, is shy, introspective, and devoted to reading. She is deeply moved by Onegin's non-materialistic demeanor and bravely confesses her love through a letter. However, Onegin coldly rejects her with the words, "I am a man who cannot love." He sees himself as unsuitable for love and fails to recognize the sincerity of Tatiana's heart. Later, Onegin unintentionally flirts with Olga, sparking Lenski's jealousy. Lenski, blinded by passion, challenges Onegin to a duel. Despite knowing it is a meaningless fight, Onegin cannot avoid it due to social norms. Tragically, Lenski is fatally wounded by Onegin's bullet. Consumed by guilt and despair, Onegin embarks on a wandering journey to escape. Years later, Onegin returns to St. Petersburg and unexpectedly meets Tatiana, now a refined, elegant lady married to an aristocrat. To his surprise, she is now a countess, positioned highly in society. Onegin is captivated by her transformed charm and writes her a passionate love letter. This time, however, Tatiana firmly rejects him, stating that she still loves him but has chosen to honor her marriage, maintaining her moral and social duties. Left with deep regret and frustration, Onegin is left alone. 2.2. Themes and implications. Hollowness and meaninglessness. Superfluous man. Onegin is a prototype of the superfluous man, a man who has everything yet fails to find fulfillment. This reflects the existential emptiness of Russian intellectuals at the time and resonates with the modern experience of searching for meaning amidst material abundance. Missed opportunities and irony of fate. The tragic love between Onegin and Tatiana is misaligned in timing. Onegin fails to appreciate her sincerity when she truly needs him, and Tatiana, bound by societal obligations, cannot return his later love. This underscores the harsh truth that love is not always within our control. Social norms versus personal desires. Lenski's duel and Tatiana's final decision reveal how rigid social norms and morality heavily influence individual choices. They prompt us to reflect on what truly matters, society's expectations or personal truth. Growth and change. Tatiana, despite being rejected, grows into a mature woman by upholding her moral values. Her final choice demonstrates true maturity by resisting external pressures and internal emotions. In contrast, Onegin's realization of his flaws comes too late. Their contrast teaches us that every moment in life is an opportunity for growth. Complexity of human nature. Onegin is not simply a villain but a complex, contradictory character representing our inner weaknesses, arrogance, and regrets. Tatiana is equally multidimensional, embodying both purity and strength. Pushkin masterfully portrays the multifaceted nature of human beings. 3. The Captain's Daughter. Humanity and duty blossoming. Amid chaos. The Captain's Daughter is Pushkin's only full-length novel and another masterpiece in his literary world, distinct from Eugene Onegin. It is set against the backdrop of Pugachev's peasant uprising in 18th-century Russia, vividly illustrating how personal destinies intertwine with societal upheavals. Written in a more direct and accessible language, it is an excellent gateway for readers entering classic literature. 3.1. Plot and key characters. The protagonist, Pyotr Grinyov, is the only son of a conservative noble family, an innocent 20-year-old young man. Sent by his father to serve in the remote fortress of Orenburg, Grinyov loses his way in harsh winter and is saved by a mysterious stranger, to whom he kindly gives his fur coat. At the fortress, Grinyov meets Captain Mironov, his wife Vasilisa Yegorovna, and their only daughter, Masha Mironova. Masha is shy and fragile but possesses a strong will and pure heart. Grinyov falls in love with her at first sight, and they grow close. However, their love faces obstacles due to the envy of another officer, Shubrin. Meanwhile, Emelian Pugachev, claiming to be the killed Emperor Peter III, leads a massive peasant rebellion. Pugachev's army captures Orenburg, and Captain Mironov and his wife are executed for refusing to pledge loyalty. Grinyov narrowly escapes death, thanks to his kindness to the enigmatic stranger who turns out to be Pugachev himself. Pugachev, moved by Grinyov's honesty and courage, spares his life and even asks him to join the rebellion, which Grinyov firmly refuses. Despite this, Pugachev is impressed by Grinyov's integrity and allows him to pursue his own path. However, Masha is captured by Pugachev's forces. Risking his life, Grinyov returns to Pugachev to rescue her. Moved by their love, even in chaos, Pugachev helps them escape. After the rebellion is quelled, Grinyov is falsely accused and imprisoned. Masha, undeterred, personally approaches Empress Catherine the Great to plead for his innocence. Touched by her courage and sincerity, the Empress pardons Grinyov, and the two finally reunite in happiness. 3.2. Themes and implications. Honor and loyalty. Despite the circumstances, Grinyov never abandons his principles or loyalty to the emperor. Even when Pugachev saves his life, Grinyov refuses to pledge false allegiance, emphasizing that true loyalty stems from one's moral convictions. Love and courage. Masha, initially a fragile girl, displays extraordinary courage in protecting her love. Even after losing her parents and being taken hostage, she never gives up, showcasing how love can grant immense strength. Moral choices. In chaos during Pugachev's rebellion, characters are constantly forced to make moral decisions. Grinyov chooses the right path despite inner conflicts, while Pugachev, though a ruthless rebel, shows compassion toward Grinyov and Masha. These choices reveal how individuals can maintain their humanity amid chaos. Value of forgiveness and mercy. Pugachev not only spares Grinyov's life but also helps Masha. This portrays Pugachev not merely as a violent rebel but as a complex human being, highlighting how personal kindness can transcend class and ideology. It reminds us of the true meaning of forgiveness. History and individual lives. Through the lives of small individuals caught in large historical events, The Captain's Daughter shows that history is not just a series of recorded events, but a collection of people's struggles, love, and choices. It reminds us why understanding history is important and how we can find human values within it. 4. Common messages from the two works. Searching for the wisdom of life. While Eugene Onegin and The Captain's Daughter differ in setting, style, and mood, they both convey timeless truths about human nature and life wisdom. First, they offer deep insight into human nature. Pushkin vividly portrays the emptiness of Onegin, the purity and strength of Tatiana, Grinyov's growth, and the multifaceted humanity of Pugachev. Through these characters, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and others, exploring universal emotions such as love, jealousy, regret, courage, and desire. Second, they question the relationship between society and the individual. Both works show how social norms and conventions influence personal lives. Onegin cannot avoid the duel due to societal pressure, while Tatiana chooses duty over love. Grinyov remains steadfast in his principles despite chaos. These stories encourage us to reflect on individual freedom, responsibility, and how to balance them within society. Third, they depict the process of personal growth and change. Grinyov's journey from an innocent young man to a courageous and mature individual, and Tatiana's evolution from a country girl to a noblewoman, mirror the universal journey of life. They teach us that perfection is unattainable, and growth comes through mistakes and hardship. Fourth, they highlight the power of beautiful literary language. Even in translation, one can sense how Pushkin's Russian is elegant and rich. Great literature enriches our language sensitivity and broadens our worldview. These classic works are not just old stories. They unexpectedly mirror modern complexities, social dilemmas, conflicts in human relationships, and struggles with self-identity. Because Pushkin's works transcend time and embody universal truths, they can greatly assist us in navigating the challenges of today's lives. 5. Conclusion. Reading as the surest path to broadening life. Reading goes beyond merely reading words. It brings knowledge, cultivation, and more to our lives. It expands empathy, offers opportunities for reflection, and brings joy that enriches life. Through Onegin's regret and Masha's courage, we empathize with others' emotions, understand their choices, and reflect on our own lives. Knowledge and cultivation do not belong exclusively to a specific class. Regardless of background or education, we can access infinite worlds through the great teacher, books. Pushkin's two works are excellent starting points. Sometimes, you may see yourself in Onegin's emptiness. Sometimes, you may find courage in Tatiana or Masha's strength. By observing Grinyov's growth, you may reconsider your life's direction. By understanding Pugachev's humanity, you may see the complexity of the world. Reading is not a difficult chore, it is the most reliable and enjoyable way to broaden life's horizons, to understand ourselves more deeply, and to live a richer life. Open these two books right now. In the enchanting world of Russian literature that Pushkin guides us through, you will undoubtedly discover new knowledge, profound cultivation, and the precious wisdom of life. This experience will enrich your life in ways you cannot imagine. I sincerely encourage you to embark on the journey of reading and build your own knowledge and cultivation.